How do you think the debate went from your perspective today?
Well, I think it went very well. I enjoyed it tremendously. I thought it was well organized. The questions were excellent, and it was just a good opportunity to see all the candidates together. I would have liked to have had the opportunity maybe to answer more of the questions, but we do have the opportunity to answer all of them, and the Chattanooga Tea Party is going to publish them on our website, or their website, and I'll probably publish them on my website as well. So.
Oh, that's right. And I think Chattarati is planning to do that as well, because we want to get all the information out there that we can. On the question of the budget, because that was a very big topic today, what specifically would you cut from the budget, and how much of a percent do you think that would be? How would you go about approaching, the deficit problem and the budget problem?
Well, I think we're going to have to address entitlement reform. When you take Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, National Defense, that's about 75 to 80% of the total federal spending. And so we're going to have to look at that. Now, I think we need to preserve Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. That won't affect any of our current seniors that are retired that are on there, or those that are nearing retirement. But for one thing, we need to look at increasing the retirement age in this country. There are currently, like Social Security, for instance, there are about 2 workers for every person that's on Social Security, and that's going to even get fewer as time goes. So we've got to address those type of issues, and we've got to stop robbing from the Social Security Trust Fund. That would probably take care of the Social Security aspect of it, but you've got Medicare and Medicaid that you also have to address. And there's just savings in the budgets. Some of the candidates got the opportunity to talk about earmarks. We do spend a lot of money in earmarks. Not all government spending is bad. A lot of it is needed and good. Education, infrastructure, energy, some of those things are certainly needed, and government has a role. So we need to evaluate, and we need to cut out waste, fraud, and abuse. There's about $100 billion in Medicare that experts say falls under the category of waste, fraud, and abuse, and we need to identify that and cut it out. And over time, that will save us some money as well.
So on health care, Medicare, Medicaid, a congressman by the name of Paul Ryan has come up with a little bit of a, some might say, radical proposal for the future, where all of those entitlement programs basically end up privatized. And that is a way, and actually, he says there's a cost in doing that, but there's overall there's a savings from looking at making, in the future anyway, seniors more responsible for their own health care. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't know that I would go as far as Congressman Paul would in that regard from the standpoint of privatizing it all. I do think Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security are good programs. I think they provide, they help a need in this country to keep our senior citizens from poverty and retirement. And but I think we might, for future generations, younger people that are in the workforce now, as they have time to plan for their retirement, maybe privatize a portion of it with health savings accounts, similar retirement system like maybe that the U.S. Congress has, where they can contribute a portion into a private invest in stock markets of some sort, have Social Security, and then a smaller type retirement. So a 3-pronged approach or a 2-pronged approach depending on what might be available. So we can privatize maybe a portion of it as people have time to plan and investments have to grow. But I don't think we need to do anything to jeopardize the current safety net for our current seniors and those nearing retirement. We need to preserve that because they have paid into the system and they have counted on that, and I think they deserve what they've counted on.